Hi, my name's Phil Maiuri. I'm from Shores Tile, right outside Detroit, Michigan, and I've been doing tile all my life. I can tell you, as early on as I can remember, I've had memories of tile. I mean, they were my first words. I've been sitting at the dinner table when we were little, and the phone would ring. My dad would have the phone on one hand, fork in one hand, pencil and paper in the other, and he'd be going over and with guys what they were doing the day. And I remember hearing key phrases like needing more bubble gum, and that was a slang word for organic mastic when it first came out. And then it would go into some rant about him being short bullnose, and I would sit there and go, bullnose, what's a bullnose? And I grew up thinking that my dad had a petting zoo, and you know, all of his guys chewed a bunch of gum. So those words were introduced to me early on. From there I was dropped off on the job real early at age, and all of a sudden I see my old man, he'd drive away, and all of a sudden a guy would come up to me. I'd go, where's my dad? He'd go, he left. You know, and he goes, you're with me. I go, who are you? He goes, I'm your Uncle Ralph. I didn't even have an Uncle Ralph. But he would take me to a room, and I would unstack all this quarry tile and unshell it. You'd take the, the cardboard out of the shell and get it ready for these guys to do their work. From there it went on to grouting, and before I even was able to drive, we were doing jobs. By the time I was 24, I was running jobs. By the time I was 36, I really had a grasp of what I was doing. Right now I'm going to take you to a very interesting job that we did a few years ago. It's a mural that's on Brush Street here in Detroit. Don't get hit by a car. What made this job interesting was that you can see how big it is. It's 40 foot by 40 foot. And we did have to scaffold this thing, of course, but here's a picture of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this is what it was in the raw. Scaffold, pretty high. We had to lag bolt it to the side, get it all approved by the city, everything like that. We had to mud it out and tile it, of course, and we had to put this big ugly ass expansion joint inside here, which the artist almost cried about. We really had to hold his hand during this whole time I did it. But honestly, this thing kept it together all these years. You can see the difference of the movement in this. And actually, when we mudded this thing was flat. So look at this thing. It's still together. There's not one piece of tile that's fallen off this thing. And this was together to bring a community. What happened, they put the parking garage up here to kind of cut this community together. So they put this up to give it some more color, which it did. Another interesting thing was that as we were doing this, a lot of people drove by, and before we put the hat on that mural up there, you can kind of see that, before that white halo part was around them, everybody wondered why we were putting Michael Jordan on the side of a wall. But as we put the hat on, you can see it's not Michael Jordan. Local artist, Hubert Macy here, very good, very talented, and a very beautiful project, both hard and rewarding at the same time, because it took
1 month.
Oh, yeah, the time frame, absolutely. We did this job in 1 month. That's all we had to do it. So we mudded it, we tiled it, we pried the tile out of the artist's hand because he wanted to hold on to it more than he just couldn't let go of it. So we got it out of his hand, we put it on, and we grouted it, and we turned it over within about 30 days. That's why I think that I would be the best dominator for your program, because I'm used to working in fast-paced jobs, high production, and really there's nothing that I don't think I can do, or any project that I couldn't bring in time. What we're doing here, we're still in the back end. See the tile here, it doesn't have too deep of craters in it. But you can see we've added that much thin set to it. And we put up here.
And then how do you know if you're getting the coverage?
Well, every so often, we'll take this tile off. You can read it. Everything that tells you everything you need to know about the tile. When you see the grooves in here, we're getting a good bond to it. here. Probably a little bit too much there when you start seeing it being like that there. I'm going to take a little bit out of there. But generally we're looking for 100% bond on the back of this tile, which we have. And if you listen, you can hear the air come out of that as you press it down. You also take a rubber mallet and knock this in here. So this is the installation method that we'll keep going along. Joe's checking it right now. Make sure we stay on third. You come here grout, and then he can come here and help you grout, and you guys can go from there.
Now,
all right.
We took, there was 22 bags of that thin set. The rest of it's in the shop.
20, yeah, well, when you see you need more, get more.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Should I bring the rest of it to the job?
We're going to use that for setting walls.
Yeah, I'll leave that the rest in the van. Okay.
We got to get some string, like you said, rope.
They don't. Savas doesn't carry that.
No, we'll have to get a Home Depot.
Hey,
Tell me what it is, and I'll get it.
All right.
All right.